Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today my topic is loss of biodiversity. This topic also belongs to chapter 3 of biodiversity. Before discussing loss of biodiversity, I will explain to you a few terms. The first term is endangered species. Its definition is the species are known to be endangered if they are at the risk of extinction in near future. It means that only few members of that species are left in the ecosystem, so then these may be at the risk of extinction in future if they are not conserved. Endangered species of Pakistan are Indus dolphin. The Indus dolphin is freshwater river mammal and only 600 members in river Indus in Pakistan are left. The reason for decrease in the number of this individual is pollution, poaching and habitat destruction. Another endangered species in Pakistan is Marco Polo sheep. The Marco Polo sheep is found in Karakoram mountain range and in the Hunjarab National Park and adjoining areas in Pakistan, and their number is also decreasing very rapidly. Another endangered species is Habara bustard, which is a bird and it is about 60 centimeter long and 140 centimeter with wingspans, and it is a migratory bird, fly to Pakistan in winter and settle in Cholistan and Third Desert. It is omnivorous, and the reason for the decline of this bird is hunting. Now, extinct species. What is meant by extinct species? A species is called extinct when there is no doubt that the last individual of that species has died. It means that there is no single member of that species in the ecosystem. Some example of extinct species in Pakistan are tiger, lion, Indian wild ass, Asiatic cheetah, swamp deer, Indian one-horned rhinoceros, anguil, and black bear. Now, coming towards the impact of human being on biodiversity. The human being, the Homo sapien, are 500,000 years old, and by 10,000 years ago there were only about 5 million people on the earth, and you know that the population of human being is increasing so rapidly, and today the population of human being is about 600 million on the earth. Now, to provide all facilities of life to these people, to these members of Homo sapiens, we are very rapidly destroying the ecosystem. How we are destroying the ecosystem? By disturbing the balance of the ecosystem, like by the deforestation. Most of the organisms have lost their habitats. You know that the forest is a home for a variety of organisms, and deforestation means that we are snatching the home of those organisms, and the place where the organism lives is known as habitat. So we are snatching the habitat of those organisms from where they get the food which give shelter to these organisms. So deforestation is also one cause of the loss of biodiversity, and human being has played a big role, a major role in doing so. The second is overhunting. The overhunting also has decreased the number of variety of organisms on the earth, like for obtaining different things like tusk of elephant. Similarly, for leather of some animals, they are hunted, and that is why the number of these organisms are decreasing rapidly. Now, the whale, ibex, urial, markhor, these animals are decreasing very rapidly in number in Pakistan because they are hunted legally as well as illegally. Similarly, the introduction of new species to an ecosystem may result in the loss of some type of species. Like in this picture, you can see a eucalyptus plant, and this eucalyptus plant was imported from Australia. The eucalyptus plant disturbs the water table because it consumes more water, and due to consumption of more water the water table has disturbed, and lowering this lower of water table affected the small plants, the roots of which are not so deeper. Their survival was affected, and we have lost a variety of these small plants due to import of such eucalyptus like plants from other countries, from other ecosystem. Another is domino effect. Domino effect occurs when the removal of one species or the addition of one species affect the entire ecosystem, and this effect is very special in that case when two or more species are highly interdependent, like for example the starfish eats mussel, and mussel then in turn prey upon other organism, other animal. So if the starfishes are removed from the ecosystem, it will result in the increase in population of mussels, and if the population of mussels is increased, these organisms will prey upon the smaller organisms, smaller animals, and their number will decrease rapidly. So, this removal of a species will disturb the balance of that ecosystem, and this may result in the loss of some type of organisms. Another reason for the loss of biodiversity is pollution. Pollution from chemical contaminants, because different type of pollutants we are adding by different sources. We are adding pollutant to our aquatic bodies, we are adding pollutant to the atmosphere, and this change in the atmosphere has harmed a variety of species, and their number has decreased, and some are endangered, and we also lost some individual due to this pollution. Similarly, the climatic change is also related to the pollution, like global warming. The global warming is due to the increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. We are adding the greenhouse gases through our factories. We are adding the greenhouse gases by deforestation also, because the forest plants, they consume carbon dioxide, and if we cut down the trees, the plant, so the consumption of CO2, carbon dioxide, will decrease, and the carbon dioxide gas is a greenhouse gas. So this results in the global warming, increase in the temperature of the earth. and all the species are not able to adapt with those change climatic condition. So it may result in death of a variety of species, and we may lose a variety of species due to climatic change. So this picture shows as a whole the causes of extinction of the biodiversity, like asteroid strikes, according to some biologist opinion that the reason for the extinction of dinosaur may be the asteroid strikes. Similarly, loss of habitat, invasive species, lack of food, climate change, better adapted competition, diseases, human predation, and lack of genetic diversity. So these are the different causes of the extinction of species. And this pie chart shows the percentage of the known causes of animal extinction. Like the species introduction is 39%, the habitat destruction is 36%, hunting 23%, and others, which includes pollution, climatic change, domino effect, etc., this is 2%. And due to these reasons, we have lost a variety of organisms. Deforestation. Already I told you that forest is a habitat for a variety of organism, and we have lost a variety of organism due to deforestation. Now in this topic I will explain that what are the causes and effects of deforestation. You know that deforestation is the permanent removal of the trees to make room for something beside the forest, and the reason for this is that can be include clearing the land for agriculture or grazing, or using the timber for fuel, construction, or manufacturing. And forests cover more than 30% of the earth's land surface. This is according to World Wildlife Fund. Now, effects of deforestations are loss of biodiversity. Already I explained to you that due to the deforestation, we have lost a variety of species. It also reduces the transpiration, because less number of trees, less transpiration, less cloud formation, and then less rainfall. So if the number of trees decreases, the process of transpiration and water cycle will be disturbed. Hence the rainfall will also be decreased, and reduced rainfall will reduce the amount of water absorption in the soil. Climatic change. When the trees are cut down and burnt or allowed to rot, their stored carbon is released in the air in the form of carbon dioxide, and this is how deforestation and forest degradation contribute to global warming. Desertification. If trees are removed, the area can become much warmer and drier, which may result in desertification, which is a transformation of once fertile land into desert. Similarly, one effect is soil erosion. This is the loss of fertile soil, top fertile soil. Soil erosion is a naturally occurring process, and that affects all the landforms. In agriculture, soil erosion refers to the wearing away of field topsoil by natural physical forces of water and wind. So, the water or the wind remove the top fertile soil, which is essential for the growth of plants. And if that is removed, so the part of that land may become barren. Flooding. Because the trees, they are playing a major role in slowing the movement of water. So the deforestation plays several roles in flooding equation because the trees prevent sediment runoff and forests hold and use more water than farms or grasslands. Some rainwater stay on the leaves and it may evaporate directly to the air. The more water used in the watershed, the less remains to run off. So, if the trees are there, if forests are there, then the chances of flooding can be reduced. Thank you, students.